Hi, my name is Kat, and I'm boosted. On the real though, my name is Kat, I'm in Cloak Dagger, Luna, and White Fox, and I have about 3,000 hours across all of my accounts and my rivals. I've been playing since release, and I've been scrimming since Season 4. I have about 1,000 hours of scrim experience, and probably like 300 hours of Tier 2 coaching received. In Season 6.5, I created Catalyst Esports and started my own Marvel Rivals team. I peaked Celestial 1, Season 6.5 and 7.5, and ended last season, Season 8.5 at Celestial 3, and currently in Season 9, I am holding a Celestial 3 status. In Season 5, I was removed from my first Marvel Rivals team for a reason that I cannot disclose because I am under NDA, unfortunately. But life goes on, and I went to go explore my options. And in Season 5 is when I trialed for Magnetics and met the Magnetics roster. At this point, I was a Celestial 3 peak, and I was scrimming Eternity peaks from like Season 1.5 or 2.5, but I wasn't scrimming at an Eternity level. At this point, I wasn't playing at an Eternity level. I trialed for an Eternity team. It didn't go very well. They told me, hey, you're just not quite at the level that we need you to be at yet. And I said, okay, fair enough. But I stayed in the Discord server, and I kind of just stuck around, you know? These were players that I really insanely looked up to, and I thought were very, very good at the game. So I wanted to keep them around in case I needed any help here and there, you know? With this, I ended up befriending MK, who was a person I was in contact with about my trial and whatnot, and I stayed around and, you know, asked them for help when I needed it as a lower elo player. And by ask for help, I meant like I would ask MK for the MRC schedule, for the double elimination bracket, to help us scout, and to scrim us when our scrim contact bailed on us last second. On February 22nd, MK had messaged me. He asked me, I forget, are you better at Invisible Woman or Cloak and Dagger? And I had said Cloak and Dagger and then Invis. And he said, are you willing to work on a Loki or a Gambit? And I said, I'm learning both, but I'm very, very bad at Loki. And he said, we have another support in mind, and we're thinking about starting a Magnetics Academy team. It would basically be you and her running it alongside our support with full freedom to make your own decisions. If this happens, you wouldn't be doing it alone. Space Wiz would help manage things on the back end, and we would support you finding teammates, setting up scrims, coaching, and giving you overall structure. Nothing is set in stone yet. This is just exploratory right now. I just wanted to see how you felt about the idea and see if it's something that you would even be open to. She is also a Cloak and Dagger main, hence is why I asked if either of you could be more flexible with your hero pools. Who he's referring to is Shelby, aka La Badaba main. I said, I am flexible but proficient on Cloak and Dagger, she would be my primary pick. But it sounds like it could be fun. I still have to finish my MRC run. But it sounds like a great opportunity for me, and I'd be interested and fully committed to it if you guys did want to go through with it. So many people have asked me why I haven't just made my own team while I was LFT, but I am kind of clueless. This would be a great experience for me, and y'all are such cool people and seem very committed to it. I don't want to be on a casual team. I want to improve and be around people that also want to improve, and it would look really good on my resume as well as if I was to ever LFT again. I've been itching to finish my MRC matches today because I need out of this team. It is a nightmare, and I would like to start exploring my opportunities again. So I will let you know today when my availability is. It is all dependent on if we make it to close calls or not. JJK said that he would be willing to cut my contract short before the season ends so that I can start LFT. MK said to me, I heard the passion in your voice when you yelled at your team, and it was inspirational. I said, wait, when? He said, on your stream. I said, I have yelled quite a bit in the last week or so. He said, we all rewatched the VOD from our scrim against you guys. Earlier that week, I had asked Magnetics if they would scrim my team at the time because our scrim contact had bailed, and I think we were prepping for closed qualifiers or something. We really needed this scrim time or whatever, and we were scrambling to find a scrim, so I asked them if they would scrim us, even though it was a really difficult matchup for us. You sounded so passionate, MK said to me. So naturally, I trusted this person. I thought they respected me as a player and saw my efforts as a player as well. This season in particular, I was with Unreadable Esports. It was ran by JJK. He was not a bad manager. I just felt like he had a bad batch of people kind of that didn't really have the growth mindset or were very susceptible to coaching. I took kind of a leadership role and kind of a coaching role on as well for this team because they were scrimming at a much lower level than I was used to and didn't know some of the basics like kiting, 3, 2, 1, like the bare minimum basics of scrimming. So after this season, I left Unreadable Esports and ended up becoming pretty close to the Magnetics roster. I always stayed in the Discord and people were constantly hanging out in there, and I was, when I trialed, it was told to me that, you know, I'm always welcome if I ever wanted to hang out or whatever. Yeah, so I just wanted to make some friends, whatever. They were also in the scrim scene, players that I looked up to, so I was like, fuck it, why not? Which, things were really great at first. These people were seemingly really great friends to me. I would spend all hours of the night in Magnetics, playing all kinds of games, playing Marvel Rivals on alt accounts, playing on our mains, playing Apex Legends, playing Overwatch, playing... they used to play Slay the Spire together. I never really got into it, but I would hang out with them while they would do it. We would watch anime together. We would do everything together. But after these people got comfortable with me, they were just a little bit too comfortable with me and the way that they spoke about me and the things that they said to me. I would get comments about being boosted or getting carried or I can't aim or I was a cloak and dagger one trick. You know, just little things that got underneath my skin. And I'm not even a sensitive person. Like, I wouldn't be upset if, let's say, we're duo queued and you die and you spectate me on Luna and I whiff every shot and the easiest 1v1 we saw in my entire life. Then you could be like, haha, like Cat can't aim, like what the fuck? Then I'm gonna giggle and laugh, whatever. Haha, Cat's boosted, bro. Like what the fuck? Yeah, bro, I am boosted. Did you see that shit? That shit was crazy, you know? I've never scraped Eternity. I don't like queue Smurfs pretty often. Do I have a couple of friends that like play on alt accounts? Like, yeah, but it's never very far from the rank of their main, you know? Like, there was a few instances that I would queue with Asmodeus, who's a DPS player on Magnetics, who was consistently Eternity. He would kind of play on, like, he would be like on an alt account and be like, hey, Cat, is you can queue? Or he'd be like, hey, like, you can actually queue if you want to. And if, like, I was on a bad loss streak or something, I would be like, hey, will you queue a couple of games with me? Nothing crazy. I don't, like, think that me and Asmodeus ever queued more than 4 or 5 games together at a time. And to be clear, the definition of boosting in gaming is the practice where a skilled player helps an unskilled player artificially raise their rank, level, or achievements. I've never been in a rank that I felt like I couldn't maintain or keep my head above water or do my job as a support player. You ask anybody that's coached me and they will tell you straight in your face that I am an Eternity player, even though I will look at you in your face and tell you that I'm a Celestial player. I haven't hit Eternity, so I can't count myself as an Eternity player, even if I play like one, or if people think I play like one. Do I have rough games here and there? Yeah, when they run like quadruple dive, my other support doesn't look at me, my team doesn't have guns, and like everybody's spent walking down main or something. Like, some games are just simply unwinnable and there's nothing that you could do about it. But I don't think that has been a consistent theme in any rank that I have hit, where I feel like I'm the problem, I am the reason that we're losing this game, I can't do my job as a support player. But you know, as a woman in gaming who OTP'd Bercy in Overwatch, being called boosted is not something I am unfamiliar with or uncomfortable with. I've kind of just accepted that any rank you're in, any achievement that you have achieved as a support player or as a woman in general will be devalued because of your gender. For fuck's sake, even people can call Aramori boosted. Like, that bitch is literally a professional player, by the way. You could be like top 10 on the leaderboard and somebody's still going to call you boosted if you are a woman that plays support. For fuck's sake, look at Valentina Eve. That bitch is cracked on Luna and people love to flame her. All I remember was like season 0, people be like, oh yeah, this is the rank when Luna in the comment section was just filled with comments calling her boosted. And she's consistently pretty high elo. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just a woman thing. Like, it's just a gender thing. and misogyny just follows women everywhere, you know? On May 4th, 2026, I had left Magnetics. MK had messaged me. He said, Kat, I saw that you left the Discord today, and I just wanted to check in. Are you okay? If we did anything that upset or offended you, I'm really sorry. You're a valued member of our community, and I just wanted to reach out. I said, it just feels like the majority of those people love to bring me down and not bring me up, and I don't hang out much anymore anyways. He said, what's making you feel like that? I just want you to know none of us dislike you or are trying to bring you down. We genuinely enjoy your presence and love seeing you whenever you have the time to hang out. You matter here. I said, it just feels like someone is always saying something negative about me. Never anything positive except for you, Nugget, and Sully. He said, I hear you. That actually sucks, and I get that why that would make you feel like you're being brought down, especially if it keeps happening. You don't hear anything positive back. That would mess with anyone. But I promise you it's not how people actually see you. You're not below anyone here at all. People joke around a lot, and sometimes it crosses a line without realizing. But it doesn't mean that's how they view you as a person. You matter here, and I enjoy having you around. And if stuff like that is bothering you, we can talk about it, or I can help shut it down. I said, I don't want to seem like a crybaby. I could joke around, but it hurts my self-esteem when y'all are supposed to be my friends. I want to come back. I want friends, but I don't want to feel like shit with every friend I make. He said, you're not wrong for feeling that way. You deserve friends that lift you up and not hurt your self-esteem. If you come back, I will make sure that stuff gets checked and that people are more mindful. No rush at all. Take your time at your own pace. I'd love to have you back whenever you're more comfortable. Here's a link whenever you want to join back. I love you, Kat, and I miss you, and I'm sorry if we've ever made you feel unwelcome. So at this point, I had already started Catalyst Esports. I had left my previous team, and I had started my own team in Season 6.5 with my co-support at the time. Me and my co-support have recruited a woman named Nadia. Nadia was a support player, and she was only a substitute for the team. She was kind of just there if me or my other support couldn't make it to scrims for some reason, but we both had pretty open availability, and we weren't going to probably need a support. But just in case one of our Wi-Fi goes out, or if we have to be out of town for some reason or whatever. It's just good to have substitutes when you own a team. Anyways, Nadia ended up befriending me. I used to hang out in our Scrim Discord server quite a bit. She started coming around, started hanging around me. Around this time, we had also recruited somebody named Pickle Rick, who I also felt like I was getting pretty close with. Me, Nadia, and Pickle Rick would hang out all the time in my Discord server once I started taking space from Magnetics again. And we would play on multi accounts, we would play on our mains, we would watch movies, like whatever. We would just, all the three of us would just hang out all the time. But when I did start Catalyst, I did ask Asmodeus if he would coach the DPS players that I ended up picking up for my team. I only asked him of this because he was pretty consistently Eternity. I'm pretty sure that he had like top 64 MRC experience, whatever. I was just trying to think of people that I knew that would be willing to help give my team resources for free, and he was kind of just there. So I asked Asmodeus, like, hey, will you coach DPS players on my team? He was like, yeah, but can I bring my friend Preview? I knew of Preview because he hung around the Magnetics crew quite a bit. And I saw him on the top 500 leaderboard or whatever, but I never really personally interacted with him. There was never a time that I think that I even ever played a game with Preview. As far as I know, Preview hasn't contributed to any of this harassment or hate towards me, as far as I know. So yeah, I had made Preview and Asmodeus our DPS coaches temporarily when I had first launched Catalyst. They never actually had to do any one-on-one VOD reviews with our players because I think DPS was probably our last role to pick up. But I would just ask them to kind of look over the VOD and tell me what they thought of them. Even if they didn't play the heroes that they were playing, like, hey, do you think this person has a good understanding of the game or how their hero works? Do you think, do you think this is a good pickup or not, basically? Anyways, getting back to the point. Asmodeus had befriended Nadia and Pickle Rick, because he would come hang out in VC with us, kind of. And Nadia ended up adding Asmodeus and asking him to queue ranked with her. And boy, does Asmodeus love a hard-stuck Celestial Cloak and Dagger main, bro. So naturally, they became very close friends. Anyways, back to the point. I had confided it in Nadia about a small argument I had had with my co-support. I didn't even, like, go out of my way to talk to Nadia about it. She was kind of just there when it happened. And I was like, hey, this is happening, whatever. And she was friends with my co-support previously. So, I had asked her, like, and she was like, hey, like, she's probably just aggravated, whatever, having a bad day, whatever, like, you guys will move past this, it's fine. And I was like, you know what, you're right. And at the end of the day, me and my co-support were both very mature individuals, and we did move past it, like, immediately. I don't think we ever batted an eye at the situation, because we had gotten into a disagreement, and we, like, were able to resolve things and move past it, because we're not petty. Nadia was the only one that I told about the situation, because it was literally so minimal and, like, insignificant in my life that it wasn't, like, something I needed to talk to people about, you know? Like, it was just, like, it kind of just happened, we moved past it, like, it was just, like, it is what it is kind of situation. That night, I decided to join VC with Magnetics. It was, like, a hot minute since I had really, like, hung out with them last, and I had taken a lot of space, but I just really wanted to hang out with friends that night, whatever, wanted to play some games. So I had just joined to hang out with somebody, you know? I join, and I immediately get interrogated by MK. And he goes, hey, Kat, I heard that you're having issues with you and your co-support. Like, what's going on? I'm like, bro, how did you know that? I was like, it was literally, like, the smallest argument ever. It's, like, so irrelevant. But, like, how did you know that? And I'm like, who told you that? Like, who told you that? And I sat there for probably 5 minutes yelling at MK, asking him who was spreading business about me. Because he was like, no, like, I don't want to stir the pot, and whatever, like, I don't want a name drop, and blah, 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 blah. I was like, MK, you are a grown-ass man, and this has nothing to do with you. I don't know why you're protecting whoever the fuck you're protecting, but, like, this has nothing to do with you. This is my business and my business only. This literally has nothing to concern anybody in this fucking server but me. So you need to tell me who the fuck is running their mouth about me. Like what is wrong with you? And after, like, around the last minute of me laying into MK, Nadia joins the voice call. Nadia joins the voice call, and I'm shocked, because, like, I knew that she was friends with Asmodeus, but I didn't even know that she was a part of the server. I had zero clue. And then, you know, finally, after me verbally degrading MK for minutes and minutes and minutes, he tells me that Asmodeus is the person that told him. And I'm like, so if Asmodeus is the person that told you, and I didn't tell Asmodeus, and I only told Nadia, I wonder who the fuck is running their mouth about me. And I just left the voice chat. And I left the voice chat, and I left Magnetics. I got zero apology from MK. I got zero apology from Asmodeus. And I did get an apology from Nadia. I did get an apology from Nadia. But I said, hey, like, just don't talk about me around these people. Like, these people just, like, they can just talk about me. I'm not there. Like, just, like, you as my homegirl, like, promise me you're not gonna talk about me when I'm not there. Even if you weren't talking about me in a bad light, just don't speak about me if I'm not there. So the next day, it is brought to my attention by Nugget, a part of Magnetics, that Nadia was already running her mouth about me less than 24 hours later. So to protect my own peace, I ended up just kicking Nadia from the team. I shouldn't have to feel alienated on my own team by a substitute. So I got rid of her immediately. I don't have time for quirky high school drama on my esports team. I have a team of very, like, passionate, like-minded individuals, and I really don't have time to, like, sit here and, like feed into some e-girls drama. Naturally, I never heard from Nadia again, but I touched base with Picklewick. I said, hey, Picklewick, I know that you were really close to Nadia. I hope that me taking myself to the team doesn't affect your decision to stay with Catalyst. And he said, hey, I just want to play the fucking game. I don't want any drama, like, whatever. Like, I just want to scrim. And I was like, okay, bet, me too, bro. That's exactly what I want. Which was the reason I got rid of Nadia. A scrim environment shouldn't have drama in it. It should just be an environment for growing, for learning, for passionate individuals that just really want to get better at the game and want to win. You know, like, I don't know. Pickle Rick stayed with me for the majority of the season until 5 days before MRC. During this season, it became apparently clear to me that he had befriended Asmodeus. Just because of the way he was speaking about me in scrims. Before, Pickle Rick always spoke very highly about me, whatever. He was very excited to join my team. This is a clip from one of our VOD reviews before Pickle Rick left the team, when he was saying their background was weak.
And it's not your fault at the same time. So, we lose this fight because nobody speaks about where we should be going.
Yeah, it might be the play to just get like a really good support IGL on the team if like we could. I don't know.
Why are you so hyper fixated on like replacing our backline?
Because I feel like that's
it
the
kind of
biggest
bothers
issue.
me. I don't think it's the biggest issue. We have had 2 VOD reviews in the last 4 hours, and the biggest issue is fight planning.
Yeah, the biggest issue is just speaking, and speaking is easy to fix.
And this shit like extra pissed me off because I had confided in Pickle Rick before the VOD review that I was very burnt out. I was a manager and a player. I had to find all of the trials. I had to schedule our scrims. I had to fucking, you know, like I had to find all the coaches. I had to be a player. I had to play ranked in my own time. You know, I have to aim train, whatever, like all of this. And I confided in him and I said, hey, maybe I should just step down to sub or whatever so that this is a little bit less on my plate. And he was like, yeah, maybe. And then you bring up in the middle of VOD review that like, yeah, our backline sucks. Like, when we got 2 VOD reviews done that day, and both VOD reviews said, you guys have no fight plan. You guys need to fix that. And you know who does the fight plan? The IGL. Do you know who the IGL was? Pickle Rick, bro. Like, I don't know. So me and Pickle Rick definitely had our disagreements on what the problems were with the team. So he ended up leaving 5 days before MRC. There wasn't some argument or some crazy thing that happened. I genuinely think it was because I had gotten a VOD review specializing on IGL that day and his responsibilities and what he needs to be doing. And then he texted me after VOD review and said, hey, by the way, I'm quitting the team. And I was like, okay, bye. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like dick ride or whatever. Like, I didn't even want Pickle Rick on my team at this point. He was so weak on IGL and like he had 0 presence, and he was kind of just a douchebag to me for like 0 reason as well. He said, "Cat, I'm gonna role swap to support, so I can't stay on Catalyst anymore. Like, this is just isn't a good path for me. Like, whatever. Like, I wish you luck and let me know if you ever need me to ring." And then Pickle Rick joined Jobbed as a sub support. Not even starting roster. You left a starting roster position to go sub for a team and not even get playtime. Anyways, I just go about my life. You know, I pick up a tank last second for MRC, who has a lot more presence on the IGL role. And we do our MRC. I think we went 8-2 for open qualifiers, if I remember correctly. Fast forward a bit. I can't remember if it was before we were done with MRC or after we were done with MRC, but MK was still a part of my Scrum Discord for Catalyst. There ended up being a video that went viral of my co-support having a very negative light shed on her and support players and whatnot, and whatever. She made a mistake in a ranked game, got in an argument with somebody clipped her under, and it went super viral. MK decided to go out of his way to tag my co-support in this video that he had scored upon in the public Discord server at 4 a.m. And I was like, yo, like, was this really necessary? This, that, and the third. Like, a minute goes by, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna delete it. It's not gonna make my co-support feel good about herself if she sees this. Like, nobody else needs to see this. Like, whatever. I just delete it, and I ban him. I'm not gonna sit here and rationalize and have a conversation with you. I still haven't gotten an apology from what happened in Magnetics, and then you're sitting here trying to bring some negative light to my Discord where I have peace and I have friends, and she also had friends in this Discord server as well, and you're just trying to make somebody feel bad about themselves. Like, it's just so weird. Okay, so MK gets banned. Fast forward to like a couple, maybe it was a week. I don't really remember the timestamps very well, but at some point after MK got banned from my Discord server, I'm hanging out in my Discord server with some friends, but I forgot if we're playing Quick Play or watching a movie or something, and Pickle Rick joins the call, and Pickle Rick goes, "Cat, MK wants to be unbanned," and I said, well, if MK wants to be unbanned, he could be a big boy and put his big boy pants on and have a big boy conversation with me if he wants to get unbanned from my Discord server. And he said, damn, okay. And I said, I just went about my game. And then MK ended up messaging me saying, hey, Kat, I miss you. I'm just gonna post a screenshot of the conversation. I'm not gonna get really into it. I was emotional, whatever. I thought that these people had some kind of like empathy in them or whatever. So like if I talked about like my emotions or whatever, I would like they would understand where I was coming from and have like an actual conversation with me about it. And you know, if they cared about me. And MK sent me some dumbass fucking song lyrics, bro. Like be so for real. So I blocked MK. Fuck all that noise, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and like, give you a reaction to you, like, just, like, being a fucking douchebag. So I just blocked him, bro. I just moved on. Fast forward a couple of weeks, and I'm scrolling on Twitch, and I go click on Ninjin's stream. I watch Ninjin's stream pretty often, because I like watching her aim. I don't really comment very often, I just lurk. But this day in particular, I saw that Ninjin was participating in her double elimination matches, along with my coach Citri on her team, versus the Team Insurgents, which has MK, Asmodeus, Preview, Kwang, Ace, who the fuck else is on the team? I forgot. Oh, and Overwatch 2. Yeah. So I decided to be petty. So I commented on Ninja's stream. I said, both their DPS are hit scan players. Their tank is pretty flexible but a weak player. Pretty sure their backline is flexible as well. You guys got that. Shit on their DPS and you guys will win. They definitely know the road comps and they're also watching your stream, so care that. Mind you, Citri, who was playing support on Ninja's team, is an analyst. There's no way that she didn't scout the hero pools of these players before their top 64 game. Also, through the MRC tab, you can go through any faction in their games that were played during MRC, and you can see what they played in every single game. Every single open qualifier game, every single double elimination game, they will be able to see what you guys played, watch the games, whatever. It is all public information, even if you have your profiles completely privated. Naturally, I got a bit of hate after this, because the entire team of Insurgents was watching, and all of Magnetics was watching as well, because obviously they're very close friends with Insurgents. After this, I get a bunch of pings in my Scrim Discord server saying like, hey, this isn't cool, like, you're so insufferable, like, what the fuck is wrong with you, like, this, that, and third, whatever. So I just banned them all from my Discord server. I just go on about my day. I'm going to attach some screenshots of DMs I received after this situation happened. Asmodeus had DM'd me originally when I had first commented in Ninja's chat, and he said, huh, she can't do that, and then got sapped by Ninja. This is Sully. I used to call Sully out all the time because Sully was actually really nice. And I would say, you're just a bystander. He's like, what do you mean? Like, everybody's really nice. And nobody ever means anything hateful. Like, everybody's really nice here. Sully got blocked too. At the end of the day, he was a bystander. And whether or not he contributed to this harassment or not, I don't know. How can you surround yourself with people like this. Like, I genuinely don't understand how you can, like, feel, like, okay with yourself as a human being surrounding yourself by such awful, insufferable people. At the end of the day, I don't know if Sully contributed to this harassment or not, because, like, a few days after the situation happened, I saw that his ex-girlfriend was viewing my TikTok profile, so I found that kind of weird. I ended up just blocking her to just avoid any, like, hate watching or, like, I don't know. I just found it a little bit weird. Me and Sully were very close. I confided in him about a lot of my in real life issues, and he confided in me a lot about some of his, like, in real life issues and whatnot. And at the end of the day, like, I am the most devastated about losing Sully and losing Nugget, which I will talk about later in this video. I just posted all the screenshots of kind of the messages I received on, like, Discord or whatever. Now I'm gonna show you guys a screenshot of somebody that Ace had invited to my Scrim Discord server, who posted a picture of their shit in general chat. I never got a screenshot of that because I just deleted it and banned this person immediately because I saw the name. But surprisingly enough, I used to stream pretty often. I mean, I still stream pretty consistently. Managing the team and stuff, it's been a lot trying to make content and manage the team at the same time. So I've taken a bit of a, you know, I make sure to take time to myself and whatnot. Surprisingly, they didn't harass my Twitch, except for Shelby. Shelby, of course, had to run her mouth. I find this especially ironic because Shelby had asked me this season before if she could, if Preview could use my GM alt account to boost her to Celestial in a 4-stack. By the way, Hellfired has never queued with me on an alt account. We have only queued together on our main, so I don't know how that's me getting boosted. I ended last season Celestial 3, which is the lowest in many seasons, I think, or many 0.5 seasons at least. I found that, like, I don't know, these people just, like, they're talking out of their ass, bro. They're just mentally ill. Now I'm going to show you guys all the alt accounts that have been made that I'm aware of that have had my name in it, or, like, impersonating me, or whatever. This is Pickle Rick's alt account. I know this is Pickle Rick's alt because when he was on my team, I used to queue with LFT Heel Kitten. I thought it was a super silly name. I remember the name. Even if I didn't remember that, since I have no evidence, I will post a link in the description to Koco Loco's video about receiving harassment and murder rivals from these same individuals, where he proves that he at the time was Heel Kitten. That was his account because he went to go chat in Koco Loco's chat. Once Heel Kitten had thrown his game. XL Cat is boosted, hasn't been confirmed whose account it is. I can only assume that it's Asmodeus' account because of the hero pool that's played on it or whatever. But it has been confirmed that this is one of the people in Magnetics because they're queued with the people in Magnetics. Which would be MK, Satchel, Ghosty, and Eevee. This account has been confirmed as Modius's, which I will show you here. Which he thought he was super funny and silly, applying to my faction. These people would Q-snipe me. I didn't get a screenshot of this first game, but Kwong had sniped me on his Wanda's Lotion account with Deidara, and they had target banned me. These people were using trackers to see who I was playing with, at what times I was playing with, and kind of guessing the servers that I was playing on. And they had target banned my Cloak and Dagger, my White Fox, and my duo that was playing Storm. That day, I was queuing with one of my friends, and he was OTPing Storm. Even though I wasn't duo queued with my boyfriend, they ended up adding my boyfriend on Rivals after this, saying that they were Koco Loco, actually. And asking why he was boosting me and why I'm terrible at the game and like I'm like a pig and like whatever. I don't remember their words exactly. He didn't even bother taking a screenshot because it's just like, it's just stupidity. Like, why would I ever entertain any of this, like, information? And the only reason that I'm coming forward is because of Koco's video. And as somebody that's facing this kind of harassment, nobody should have to deal with it ever, let alone go through it alone. And I would feel like a terrible person if I didn't come forward with my story as well. These people cannot, like, face zero punishment for their actions. Like, something has to be done. This game, they had Q-sniped me and my boyfriend, and Daydara had started the game Mantis, and I'm pretty sure that Blink had started the game Namor, if I remember correctly. I wish I remembered better. But they had pretended like they were trying the first round, and then they ended up just swapping to things that they don't play and running it down. Both Daydara and Blink are support players. I don't know what that was about. My Shylock has 17% accuracy, and my BP is a fucking, TP, like... Also, Blink wasn't in voice chat, but Daydara was talking in voice chat and shit-talking me. As soon as I saw these people in my game, I immediately muted all comms, whatever, turned off text chat because I didn't want it to affect my gameplay. And apparently Blink was typing to my boyfriend. Daydara was rage baiting in voice chat or whatever. They were just talking about me and just being insufferable. Later this day, my boyfriend was solo queuing and call with me because I had taken a break, because it's good for me to take breaks for my mental and just for anybody to just like relax, whatever. You don't want to like spam queue and like throw your rank, tell queue, whatever, that's what they call it. Anyways, my boyfriend was queuing later in the day. He was solo queuing, and Nadia had Q-sniped him, which is mentioned earlier in the video, who is good friends with a lot of these people, and she was harassing him, basically asking why I'm higher rank than he is, and like whatever, if I'm getting carried by some other guy. Like, she was asking, because I used to do a queue with Ishigo, she was asking why Ishigo can carry me better than he can and whatever, and like saying that she has a real job and her life doesn't revolve around rivals, but then you're sitting here and being a loser and Q-sniping my boyfriend and harassing him and asking questions about me and whatnot. You know, like, I really apologized for like all this, and I never wanted to drag anybody into this. I never really wanted to even entertain this situation. I just can't keep my mouth fucking shut anymore, and I really don't care. These people continuously can like do the things that they're doing, whatever. They don't stop even though I'm not entertaining it. So whatever, bro. Like, here you go, bro. Like, I'm putting all your names on the screen. And bro, I've admitted so many times that what I did was kind of bitchy. Was it public information through the MRC tab what insurgents played? Yeah. Was it like 100% not likely that like Arcana Gambit didn't know what like they were going to play into going into their top 64 game? Like, yeah, like all these things are possible or not possible. I don't know. But anyways, it was fucked up. Whatever, I take accountability for it. At the end of the day, I don't think it warrants any of this fucking harassment. I think it warrants a, you're fucked up for this, whatever, like maybe an angry DM, and then we just go our separate ways, like adults, and not like act like high schoolers and like stalk and harass and impersonate and stalk people's boyfriends and harass their boyfriends. Like, it's just like the most chronically online fucking bullshit I've ever seen in my entire life. And Shelby loves to like say like, well, I have a job, I don't have time for bullshit like this, whatever. I saw her in Koco's comment section talking about some bullshit. I don't have time for this, I'm an adult. And then she's the same type of person that will contribute to all this fucking chronically online bullshit, bro. Like, do you have a life or are we just LARPing? At the end of the day, I did it out of spite. MK pissed me off. That whole friend group pissed me off. Last MRC, they Q-sniped my close calls when MK was filling for us, and fucking target banned me and my other support, and held us in spawn playing Phoenix with two win above all players on alt accounts that were originally playing an MRC for Insurgents and then ended up just filling for Milk Me, their faction Milk Me, and Q-sniping our team. And it makes me just believe that MK was just the person that told them when to queue, because I had a 5-minute stream delay on. Like, I was so confused how any of them could have Q-sniped me. I mean, I guess they could have seen in my friends list, but they were all on their alt accounts. Dude, it's
That's
oh
great.
my god. I'm okay. They were like, oh, it's not that serious, like, blah, 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 blah. But it did bother me. It bothered me because these people were going on their alt accounts, trolling MRC, going into every match, deciding whether or not they were going to win, and then they purposely queue against me, somebody that's supposed to be their friend, to purposely throw their MRC rank when I care and they don't. Like, that just makes no sense. Like, I don't believe in win trading in any form, like in competitive, like in tournaments, anything. But me personally, if I queue into my friend on like a bunch of alt accounts with my friends, like my buddies, just like fucking trolling games, why would I target ban my friend that's trying to win and trying to achieve something in this game and fucking like hold them in spawn playing my main hero and whatever, and like I don't know, I just find it genuinely weird. Like, why wouldn't you want your friend to win? Like, at the end of the day, I did this out of hatred in my heart. I did this out of pettiness. I did this, like, for revenge, I guess. I knew that, like, some of their players, their mental was easily shaken from being friends with them and whatnot. And you know, mission accomplished, I guess. I tilted them before their top 64 game and then got another top 128 finish. They haven't got a top 64 finish since Koco carried them their last MRC. That were their last top 64 placement, I should say. So I ended up getting really sick of the harassment, so I tried to do what I could in my power without kind of going public about it, like on social media, or giving them like kind of a public reaction to see what I could do kind of behind the scenes to like ease some of this harassment. So I saw in the faction insurgents that they had their Twitter linked to Team Awakening. So I did try to DM Team Awakening, but however, I guess on Twitter, I don't know, maybe I did it wrong or whatever. I don't really use Twitter like that. I think you have to mutual certain accounts with privacy settings to be able to message them. So I never actually was able to get in contact with Team Awakening. So I ended up just going directly to their sponsors, which I'll post screenshots of. So Sword Dog got a hold of Christopher Swaha. And he said to me, "Hi, I heard you and my team got into a disagreement. Instead of attacking my reputation as a whole and slandering my organization name to my sponsors, please come to me first. I am sorry that it came to this point, but I saw the screenshots of everything. I am sorry for my team's behavior, but you were in the wrong as well. I'm not arguing back and forth over this either. I am sorry for the way that my team acted. We're moved on from this and have a nice day." I said this reaction was not warranted at all. Everything I said was public information through the MRC tab. I did try to reach out, but I could not message Team Awakening on Twitter, and I mentioned it to your sponsor. I have not interacted with a singular person harassing me, and they've been harassing me for days. They're inviting people to my Discord server called Blank, harassing me on multiple accounts on Rivals, harassing my Twitch channel, and etc. Which are all true statements. And then I was unmutualed with Christopher Swaha, and I wasn't able to reply back to him. If he would have sat there and like let me like talk to him for 5 minutes, I would have told him that I think that I'm in the wrong for like I think that I deserved like, you know, like an unfriend, like that was kind of fucked up, like whatever, like some of that. But I don't think that any of this behavior warrants harassment, impersonation, and stalking. And you as an organization owner are sitting here in good faith, like just sleeping at night, knowing that your players are just harassing people and doing all this odd behavior, and you won't even hear me out. It's getting to this verity where I'm reaching out to your sponsors. I'm not trying to slander your organization. I didn't go public about any of this. I just wanted the harassment to stop. Naturally, when all this shit happened, I just unfriended anybody that I knew was associated with these people, except for my homegirl Nugget. And the only reason I kept Nugget around was because Nugget was like bullied by them. Like Nugget, like they were just very mean to Nugget, and Nugget brought this up a lot. And I spent a lot of time with Nugget. They wouldn't play with her. They would just like ignore her, not include her in things. And she kind of was just there, and she kind of just wanted friends. And I felt really bad for Nugget, and I reached out to Nugget twice to kind of like say like, hey, like, are you gonna start like being mean to me too, or you know, like, hey, this is happening to me. I have to remove you from my Discord server so that like my privacy is protected. And I had messaged her on TikTok saying, hey, like, I don't know if you've seen Koco's videos, you know, and whatnot. And my biggest regret is not getting Nugget out of that server before I left as well. And to MK, you're disgusting for not protecting Nugget. Nugget is such an innocent person, and you not protecting her from the evil people, and there is somebody that you're quote-unquote calling your sister. I hope you feel guilty about that, and I hope that you feel guilty when you eventually lose her because she sees through you. At the end of the day, MK, Asmodeus, Shelby, Pickle Rick, who else? Blank, Daedara, Kwang, Ace. You guys have cancer, bro. Like, I don't know, like, if you guys have the gears working properly in their head. And, like, whoever else was, like, involved in this and, like, just enabled this behavior, it was really gross. And, like, I don't understand how you guys, like, sleep at night. And, like, not only the things that you guys did to me, they feel so minimal compared to what you guys did to Koco. You guys, like, are disgusting, and I hope that you guys like do some self-reflecting. Like, if you guys got any hate, which you guys deserve. I know Koco swore up and down in his video that he doesn't want any of you guys to get any hate, but I don't give a fuck. I hope you guys get all the hate that you deserve, and I hope that you guys have the experience that you deserve on this game. I genuinely hope that you guys get banned and never get to enjoy the game that you guys care and love about so much, that you guys will go to harass people to feel better about yourselves. You guys genuinely have mental health issues. And never once did I let the situation affect me the way that it affected Koco. But it did affect my paranoia a bit. I'm always scared to queue comp. I'm always scared to stream. I'm always scared to open my game while I'm screen sharing to somebody and some embarrassing account be in my friend requests. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I just want to play my game, get better, and just like exist. Like whatever, bro. Like, can we move on? This happened like so long ago, and like I haven't responded to anything. Like, I haven't done anything to you guys since. This is the only thing I've ever done that was evil ever. Like, can we just move on and be adults and like get lives and like actually get another top 64 finish without Koco? Anyways, I've done enough rage baiting in this video. At the end of the day, this video is to spread awareness about these people that are like riddled in the community and whatnot, and to spread awareness about harassment in this game, and to spread awareness about Koco's video as well. These people need to face consequences for their actions. They can't just be doing this to people. This is like a crime. They're doing criminal activity. They're harassing people. They're stalking people. They're impersonating people. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, these people can't just sit here and get no consequences for it. Like, I don't know. We at least need to spread awareness about these people so, like, they don't get trials or scrims or they get a bad rep in the community. I don't know, whatever the fuck people do. Like, they just, like, something needs to be done. Like, and I can't sit here and keep my mouth shut about these people anymore. I'm giving you guys your attention, bro. I'm giving you guys the attention that you guys wanted, and I hope that you guys are happy. You guys have, like, tried to ruin 2 people's lives. Like, just, can we get a hobby? Like, I don't know. Anyways, follow me on Twitch, guys.